Hello everyone. Sorry for the scuffed audio slash video on this. I am currently recording this video in a hotel room. So the audio and the video are going to be a little bit stuffed. It'll be okay though. Hopefully you guys will understand. So today I wanted to talk about how to quest fast in Wizard101. Also, if I'm being a little bit quiet, that's also the reason why. Because I'm in a hotel room right now. My bad, y'all. But I wanted to talk about how to quest fast in Wizard101. Kind of a New Year's resolution for a lot of people that are questing. Take it if they want to take it as that. I guess this is also done in part with the extra credits initiative for January, which is basically create a New Year's resolution, kind of like a guide video, I suppose. So the first little bit of advice I wanted to start here with is you have to be prepared. You want to try and be prepared prior to starting a new wizard. You want to have a mount ready. You want your ideal pet, right? Pets are very subjective, but I recommend either a triple double or quint damage. Either of those two pets will get you very far away into the game, so I would recommend trying to have one of those off the bat. If not, that's okay. We'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, they want to give you a buff. You can have the Bronto mount if you want, the Zombie Bronto. You can have the Storm Belcher if you want to have those. They're not really necessary. You can still quest fast without them. Certain schools are going to be easier to quest on, of course. Death is going to be the best. May not be the fastest. Death will be the best because you have drains, you have heal backs essentially. So maiden solo is easier, right? Now there are some schools where you may be able to power quest faster. You're able to get through the worlds faster. That would be Storm, Myth, and Fire. Life, Ice, and Balance are going to be slower. And Death, it'll be kind of like a middle ground, but it'll be easier to quest on. The second thing is actually very important. I would recommend questing solo, preferably with one other person. Group questing can be really fun, but unless you're super coordinated, it can really slow you down. And unless you're actually in a group, and if you're waiting for other people to get on with, it can really slow down progress. Keep up to date on gear. Gear is another thing that's super important. Farm Mount Olympus at level 30. Find out what your school's best gear is at level 56 through 60. Winter Tusk gear is really good. Waterworks gear is also really good. And maybe if you want to farm Zigzag, you can do that too. I don't really recommend farming Zigzag. The only thing good there is the robes. But if you want to farm those, that's up to you. At level 100, if you want to farm Morganth and Darkmoor, that's very good. You can buy Kabbalist gear at level 120 at the Bazaar. At level 130, you can get your Dragoon Amulet. It's not really too necessary now, but if you want to, you can get your Dragoon Amulet. And farm the best gear at level 160 and at 170. Wallower gear is the best gear now, so farm Wallower gear, the new Nightmare Dungeon as well. So I have an entire video on this, but if you want to power quest really efficiently, I recommend keeping your deck very small, pack cards in sideboard, fill up your sideboard entirely, only have about maybe like 7 to 10 cards in your deck at most. At early levels, use Monstrous Enchants to maximize your damage. And if you are questing with multiple people, take advantage of the group and adventure party feature. I kind of mentioned this earlier. If you are going to be questing with multiple people, definitely take advantage of those. They'll help you select which slot preference you want to be, which part on the field you want to be. If you want to be number 1, if you want to go first, you want to go second, you want to go third. And full group means you go first. So those are definitely two features that you're going to want. Another thing I'll mention here is that if you want to do Stalled Incendiate strategy, that is technically the best strat. That's fine. It's again a very niche strat because not many people have access to Dr. Deck at this point or Incendiate Hat. And that is definitely a good strategy for power questing. If you're in a group of 4 and you want to always go first, you can get done really fast. Another strategy is just Tempest, Mass Faint Tempest. That will kill most of the time, right? Now again, it requires crowns, right? It requires you to have it. It's a very niche strat, right? You don't have to use it. If not, just spam AoEs. Just spam your 4-pipe AoEs. If you're life, try and get Rat Spin as fast as you can. If you're death, try and get Deer Knight or Ship of Fools. Just spam your AoEs. You'll kill pretty much everything first turn. And then another thing is keep up to date on crafting and Winter Tusk gear. Winter Tusk gear and Darkmoor decks in particular are very good to craft. You need to have a certain rank to craft those. Definitely try and keep up to date on that. You can also get spells from crafting if you want. Again, crafting is another feature that's not really utilized as much as it used to be back in the day, but it's still good. Winter Tusk gear is still good, so you want to try and keep up to date on that. You want to get Faint and Ellie/Spirit Blades, depending on your school, and Traps ASAP. You don't need Tower Shield, don't need Satyr. They're a waste of points. Do not listen to people that tell you to get Tower Shield or Satyr. You don't need them. You can just pack TCs. There are very niche times where you may need them, but most of the time, just pack a TC. You're fine. Get enchants as soon as possible from Celestia and Zafaria when you can. You should also have a very good knowledge of the world you're in. Take advantage of marking and recall. Take note of where teleporters are. Know the map layout. Use it to your advantage to maximize speed. Another thing I have is look at the Final Bastion quest guides. These are very, very helpful. It'll help you know what quests are upcoming, whether you have a boss, you have a cheating boss, maybe you need help. It'll help you prepare for them. If you don't have a good pet, level 1 up as you quest. You get XP as you quest and also your energy refills. So you can go to the pet pavilion and train your pet. You want to definitely Garden for Mega Snacks and get couch potatoes to Garden ASAP. Get couch potatoes from in Mirtorm Keep, I believe in Savarstead Pass, excuse me. In Savarstead Pass, the Troubled Warriors, you can farm those if you want. You could also farm Gulchers and Mirage if you're a higher level, but you can get a decent supply of couch potatoes within like a few weeks if you just farm those bosses, those mobs. You'll be good, and you can use those couch potatoes to get Mega Snacks and then use those Mega Snacks as you quest. If you have a max or max friends, you can also use high level. You can also go into high level dungeons and instances to gain levels. You don't really need to do this, but it's something that can be interesting, that can definitely help you. There is actually a guide video, I believe made by the Craftbox. I'm sorry if I'm wrong about that, but I believe by the Craftbox that does detail how to do that. So I will put that as a link in the description. I will also put that on the screen right now if you want to do that. Definitely do Grizzleheim and Wintertusk. It gives Grizzleheim may not give you a lot of XP, but Wintertusk definitely does. You can skip Colossus Boulevard. You can maybe skip Crab Alley. I would do it for the XP, for a little bit of an XP boost, but you don't really need to do it. Skip Wisteria, skip Kembalon, skip Parkingham Palace. You can maybe do it if you really want to, but you can basically skip it. Alright, do Zigzag, gives good XP at that level, and you can get pretty good amulets, and you can get pretty good robes from it, and do Darkmoor, of course. At level 52 to 58, definitely check the bazaar for good themes and rings. There are good themes and rings at those levels that you can use. They're usually in the bazaar. There's also a vendor in Wintertusk that can give you those at level within 50-ish. So you can definitely take advantage of that. In Hrundle Fjord, there's a little side quest you can do. He'll sell you good rings and the themes. At level 90, farm for Alpha and Omega Ring, and also farm for the Blade of the Felled Titan. Alpha and Omega Ring is dropped by Gladiator Dimicaris in Mount Olympus in the Pit of the Noxy, and the Blade of the Felled Titan is dropped from Cronus in Tartarus. And if all of these things fail, you can find a match that's willing to boost you, or again, do the instances. There's a guide in the description if you want to do that. Anyways, y'all, thank you all very much for watching it. If you found this video helpful, please be sure to like and subscribe. This is a bit of a New Year's resolution for everyone to help them quest fast, to help them quest efficiently. Please don't take this as condescending. I'm not trying to be condescending here and say, oh, I have the best strategy for leveling fast. Nope, this is just a helpful guide. I'm trying to be helpful to the community and give back. Happy New Year's, everyone. Happy 2024. I know I'm a little bit late, but Happy New Year, y'all. And I'll see you all in the next video. Have a good day.